La ilahe illallah, la ilahe illallah.
Abi o ağaç demirleri de şey yaptı.
Abi o arabaları götürüyor.
Arkadaşlar, arabalar gitti arkadaşlar. Arkadaşlar arabalar gitti. Arkadaşlar mezitliyi götürdü arkadaşlar.
Heavy rains, which began lashing Mersin overnight, negatively impacted life throughout the city. The rapid increase in rainfall in the city center and districts caused riverbeds to overflow, resulting in flooding.
Kuyruk yolu.
In the Mezitli district in particular, widespread flooding occurred due to the overflowing Mezitli River and the Tis River in the Deniz neighborhood. Due to the flooding, Gazi Mustafa Kemal Avenue was inundated, and the road was temporarily closed to traffic for safety reasons. This footage shows the moments when many vehicles were submerged in floodwaters during the flood disaster in Mersin. The heavy rainfall that inundated the area caused a significant rise in water levels, stranding several cars and motorcycles on the road. This disrupted traffic flow and forced residents to abandon their vehicles for safety. Authorities urged the public to avoid the affected areas and monitor the latest weather updates.
Ya Resulallah. Ey Yüce Rabbim şuraya bak.
The most severe impact of the flooding was seen in rural areas of Mezitli. According to information received, bridges collapsed at 47 different locations, rendering pedestrian crossings completely unusable. Farmers suffered significant losses as their farmland was submerged, and homes in several residential areas were evacuated as a precautionary measure. Infrastructure in the area was observed to have suffered extensive damage. Authorities stated that the rainfall was likely to continue intermittently and urged residents to exercise caution in riverbeds, underground tunnels, and areas at risk of flooding. Teams were reportedly continuing their work on the ground to address the adverse conditions. Several homes and businesses located along the river were flooded, and several parked vehicles were also damaged. Upon receiving reports, municipal teams were dispatched to the area and began draining the water, as well as cleaning and assessing the damage. Following heavy rains in the Mersin region, floodwaters surged into a house in the Tall neighborhood of Mezitli district at the time of the incident. The heavy rainfall, which occurred in a short period of time, caused drainage channels to overflow, rapidly inundating the residential area. Due to the heavy rains in Mersin, the Mezitli River overflowed its banks, causing flooding in several areas at the time of the incident. The overflowing waters inundated roads surrounding the river, submerging several vehicles, making it difficult for residents to navigate. Authorities were deployed to the location to provide security and regulate traffic, while residents were advised to remain vigilant for potential further flooding as the weather remained uncertain. Because the rainwater was not properly collected, the floodwaters flowed into the sea, turning the waters off Mersin's coastline brown. Following the flood, several beaches were reportedly covered in wood, mud, and various materials carried by the current from the mainland. This situation has impacted coastal residents' activities and raised concerns about cleanliness and the marine ecosystem. Relevant authorities have begun cleaning the coastal areas and monitoring the further impacts of the flooding. Major flooding caused by heavy rains hit Erdemli district, Mersin province, Turkey, at time of incident. The intense rainfall caused several residential areas and roads to be submerged, disrupting the activities of local residents. Emergency personnel and local government officials were deployed to handle the affected areas, while residents were advised to remain vigilant for potential further flooding due to unstable weather conditions. When the Mezitli River overflowed its banks, flooding on the Mersin D400 highway turned into a nightmare for road users. The overflowing water inundated the main route, causing long traffic jams, leaving several vehicles stranded and unable to continue their journeys. This situation disrupted transportation activities and increased safety risks. Relevant officers were deployed to direct traffic and evacuate vehicles, while motorists were advised to seek alternative routes and remain alert for extreme weather conditions. In the Mezitli district of Mersin, the Mezitli River overflowed its banks after heavy rains inundated the area. The overflowing water inundated GMK Road, causing traffic disruptions and making it difficult for residents to move around. Several vehicles were forced to slow down or stop while officers conducted on-site control. Residents were advised to avoid the affected roads and remain vigilant for possible further flooding. Following heavy rains in Mersin, several rivers reportedly overflowed, causing flooding in various locations. The impact of the overflow was also felt along the Mersin coast, where water mixed with mud and debris covered parts of the coastal area. Current conditions indicate that activities near the coast have been disrupted, while officers continue to monitor and clean up the affected areas. The public is advised to remain vigilant for the potential for extreme weather and subsequent flooding.